Hello there friends, today Sony held their state of play, their latest state of play, their last state of play of the year, where they went through their biggest announcements heading into the Game Awards this Thursday. And there were some decent announcements. It was a solid state of play. Their big problem was Square Enix accidentally leaked the Kingdom Hearts trailer, and I think it was Eurogamer that broke the existence of Resident Evil 3. So two of their biggest reveals, two of the big things they had for this already got out, so they were kind of doomed. You can't manufacture announcements out of nowhere if they leak beforehand, so it kind of sucks, but we will go through our usual top 5 biggest things from state of play. There's some other stuff. There was a cool looking paper VR game, but it's a VR game. There was Spellbreak, which was like a magic battle royale, which looked kind of cool, but you know, the battle royale is as saturated as it can be, and you have to do something interesting like Tetris 99 in order for me to sit and pay attention. If it's just like your standard battle royale format, I'm just like, alright, it's fine. But alas, without any further ado, here are the top 5 things from today's state of play. Number 5 being, of course, Untitled Goose game is coming to PS4. So a whole new audience will get to be a horrible nuisance of a goose on December 17th. If you haven't seen my review of the game, you can check it out, but that game rules. That game is it's probably going to be my game of the year list, just because it's so different and fun, and being a goose is everybody's dream, apparently. But the PlayStation audiences will get to experience Untitled Goose game on December 17th, and they will have a lot of fun, because that game rules. Honk. Number 4 sadly leaked a couple of days ago, but alas. Kingdom Hearts 3! That has a new trailer. The DLC is coming on January 23rd. You can pay $30 for the DLC, which comes with an additional story, a secret episode and boss battle. There's 13 new boss battles. Slideshow feature, premium menu. I don't know what a premium menu means, but diverse difficulty setting and gameplay challenges. That's all very cool. Or you can pay $40 for all of that, plus on top of it, on top of the new keyblades and new stories and new abilities, you get a concert video at 19 songs. That's pretty cool. Do you want to pay a tenner for that? Probably not. But yeah, that Kingdom Hearts DLC, it seems very, very story focused. It's brought back the Final Fantasy characters, which makes me very happy, because I was sad that all of the Final Fantasy characters were just booted out of Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like the whole idea of the series is it's Final Fantasy cross Disney, and you took the Final Fantasy part out. But still, they're putting it back in. Seems very story focused. You can play as a lot of the different characters, and 13 boss battles seems like a pretty meaty bit of downloadable content coming January 23rd. I like Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm excited to play more of Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't think I don't know. I've slightly mixed feelings, because I think some of the worlds were a little bland and boring, but on the whole, I think the story is the dumbest, best thing you can ever play. They ended on their one more thing, which, listen, Sony, the one more thing, usually, as a general rule, don't make it a game that's already been announced, but as a stronger rule than that, don't make it a trailer for a trailer. I was like, oh look, Ghost of Tsushima, which I always thought was Ghosts of Tsushima. Ghosts, plural. It's apparently just Ghost of Tsushima, which there's literally no difference. But regardless, I was like, oh look, it looks very nice and pretty, and Sucker Punch are great, and Infamous was great. But then they're like, it's only a bit of the trailer, and you can see the full trailer at the Game Awards. I'm like, alright, but this was your one more thing. You can't one more thing a trailer for a trailer. Come on. They should have swapped well, should they? Because Resident Evil leaked. But yeah, they should have. Resident Evil should have been their one more thing, and they should have been the second last thing. But regardless, Ghost of Tsushima will have a trailer coming at the Game Awards. So the full trailer that they teased here, you will see on Thursday. Number 2, Resident Evil 3 is coming on April 3rd, 2020, which the start of next year is just ridiculous. Like March has Neo 2, Final Fantasy 7, Animal Crossing, Doom, Persona 5 Royale, Half-Life Alyx. April has Resident Evil 3, Cyberpunk, Trials of Mana. May has The Avengers and The Last of Us. And Nintendo haven't even filled out their schedule for the year, so they'll probably have another game or two in there. And there's probably going to be something that's unannounced. Like, that start of the year is just going to be ridiculous. But regardless, Resident Evil 3 has been dumped in there too. If you remember, they announced Project Resistance, which was this 4-on-1 multiplayer game that they teased a couple of months ago at this stage. And now they've said that that game will come with Resident Evil 3, not the other way around, even though I think I know which one they're trying to sell there. They've tacked on Project Resistance, which is now just called Resistance, that multiplayer mode, onto Resident Evil 3 Remake, and that's coming next year. I should probably play the Resident Evil 2 Remake. I bought it in the Black Friday sales for like $20 or something. People have raved about that game, and I want to get to that and Control by the end of the year for my Game of the Year stuff. I tried stuff like Outer Worlds, and I don't think that game is particularly for me. I will not be fooled by Death Stranding. I will not be tricked into playing that game. But Resident Evil 3 with Resistance coming next year on April 3rd, 2020, adding to the far too many games in March, April, May. Far too many big, huge, great games, or well, great looking games, I suppose. I don't know if they're going to be good yet, in the first half of next year. And then number one, the coolest looking thing from this state of play, I think, was Babylon's Fall, which is a game I completely forgot about. Because I remember the reveal and I was like, oh yeah, there's a new Platinum game in conjunction with Square Enix. That seems pretty cool. And then it just disappeared out of my brain because Astral Chain came out and like we're still waiting on Bayonetta 3. So those are the two Platinum games that are in my brain at the moment. And then here it comes, popping back up, Babylon's Fall. And this trailer looked great. It's a Platinum game. It's heavy action combat. It seems to be heavily based around swords and swords that you can attach to chains and swing at people. It looks very cool. God forbid I say this. It's the laziest comparison you can possibly make. It seems to be Dark Souls-ish, just in terms of setting and aesthetic. The combat very much seems as Platinum as you get. It looks to be the standard, very good character action game Platinum makes over and over again. I say that like it's a bad thing. No one else can do what Platinum does. Their good Platinum games are unlike any other. But yeah, it seems to be semi-Dark Souls inspired. There's a lot of like gothic imagery and stuff like that, and big bosses. But nonetheless, it looked really cool. And there's more news coming next summer, they said, which I'd imagine is probably E3. And equally, I'd imagine that means at that stage it's probably a PS5 game, or at the very least a split release. But I'm looking forward to it, because this trailer looked great. It was easily the best thing of the state of play. It looked great. Yeah, it's a pretty middle of the road state of play. That's pretty good. I won't be thinking about many of the games that they announced, except Babylon's Fall. And I always think about Untitled Goose Game, but I've already played it. Endlessly thinking about Untitled Goose Game. As I said, it really didn't help that the Kingdom Hearts trailer, everyone had seen it already, well not everyone, but it leaked on the internet last week, and the existence of Resident Evil 3 already leaked multiple times over. I think Sony accidentally leaked it as well when it was added to the PlayStation Store. So, what can you do? Yeah, solid state of play. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back later today for there's an Indies Direct, and later this week because there's the Game Awards. It's a big week for gaming in the second week of December. On your left, my top 10 Wii U games. On your right, my look at the evolution of the Legend of Zelda title screens. Thanks for watching.